Chris Chapman, Ryan the Hockey Guy Wallace, and wow, Vegas Golden Knights 2 wins away from the Western Conference Championship and playing for a Stanley Cup. Really great game tonight, and they got started quick, which is, I think, what they wanted to do.
35 seconds in, Jonathan Marchessault. I mean, you know that Jonathan Marchessault is the first player in NHL history to score a goal in the first minute and the last minute of a playoff game?
Wow. That's pretty incredible. When you think about all the hockey games that have been played in the playoffs, I mean, we're talking going back over 100 years to be the first player in the history of the game to do that. And the stage could not have been any bigger for Jonathan tonight.
You know, and it's funny because he wasn't happy after game one. He said that he wasn't happy. He wasn't happy with his effort. He wasn't happy with the team's effort. He said game 2 was a must-win. Goes out, has the game of his life, and then plays even better tonight in front of the home fans. It was a great performance, and this is the type of player we thought we were getting, right, with Jonathan Marchessault at the expansion draft, the 30-goal guy, the guy that could take his game to the next level. And it's not anything out of the ordinary. It's just good old-fashioned hard work. It's beating guys to pucks. It's being relentless with board battles. It's the details. And he's phenomenal at it. Well,
the funny thing is, you know, after game 1, he made those comments, and he kind of doubled down on it later and after game 2 in the press conference, and basically said he liked putting the pressure on himself. And, you know, he's, from what we've learned of him this year, from him and from all the players in the locker room, he's an unbelievably competitive guy, super competitive guy, maybe the most competitive guy on the team. And he basically is now competing with himself, because he felt like he didn't play well enough in that first game, and now he's got, 4 goals in the last 2 games. So pretty competitive guy, and he's pushing himself to, I think, heights that maybe he didn't even think were possible.
Yeah, I think so. I think that, you know, he believes in himself, he believes in his team, and they all feel they deserve to be there here in this at this stage. But, yeah, I think that, you know, the great players in this game find themselves in gigantic moments, and they either sink or swim. And Jonathan Marchessault has been excelling in these big moments, these big-time, big-game situations where other guys have had histories of failures. He's just upping his game to another level, and that's only good for the Golden Knights, because every game from here on out gets bigger and is magnified even more.
And he's arguably making a pretty good case for that Conn Smythe Trophy, assuming that the Golden Knights go that far. Another guy making a case for it, Marc-Andre Fleury. We cannot speak enough about his performance tonight. He had 1 save in the second period where he basically looked like he was belly flopping into a swimming pool, and he made a save. And then he had 2 saves back-to-back on Mark Scheifele where he looked like a karate master making those 2 saves. I mean, he said he just put his toe out on one of them, and James Neal made the comment, I've never seen a toe come out that fast on a save. And, I mean, his play tonight really, I think, the reason why the Golden Knights won this game.
It's hard to believe that the Pittsburgh Penguins didn't want Marc-Andre Fleury on their team anymore, especially considering that the Golden Knights are still playing hockey and the Pittsburgh Penguins were eliminated because they didn't have any depth at goaltending. Matt Murray was not very good. Marc-Andre Fleury is having a career year. He's having a career playoffs, and he's doing it in style. He really is. It's the 3rd time this playoff season that he has juggled a puck with his stick into his catching glove just because he can. And that's the thing. He's doing things that other guys can't do, and he's doing them because he can. And let's not undersell what that does to the bench, what it does to instill confidence in this team when he's able to have the patience and the calm to juggle a puck into his glove, or to tickle Blake Wheeler when there's a little bit of a scrum going on. He knows exactly what he's doing, and it's a joy to watch, because this game needs more personalities, not the Brad Marchand personalities, but the Marc-Andre Fleury personalities.
Yeah, and Fleury's comments after the game in the presser were pretty funny as well. Like, oh, did I do that, right?
I did that?
I did that, yeah. But, you know, something that you said I want to speak to, too, because, you know, you can see the guys on the team, they love and respect him. But when he does things like he's doing in these playoffs, I think it really kind of calms the team down, because they played so much better after he made those 2 saves on Scheifele. They really took control back of the game. William Karlsson had a big shot that, just missed, and I think it hit Hellebuck's shoulder and then deflected up into the net. But, with Fleury, he just exudes so much confidence, not only in himself, but his teammates. They respond to it. They stay cool under pressure. And, the big thing tonight was after the second period, there was a period of the game where we had a couple of penalties at the end of, I think, the second period. Mm-hmm. Vegas didn't take any penalties in the third period.
Yeah, they didn't play very well in the third period, though. That's kind of troubling. They allowed Winnipeg to really get back into the game, create the chances for Mark Scheifele, obviously, that he scored on in the beginning of the period, but they were on their heels for the majority of the third period, and that's definitely something that Gerard Gallant's going to want to draw attention to, and this team's going to have to clean up in Game 4, because you can get away with it in Game 3. You can get away with it when you have a 2-goal lead going into the third period. But if that game's any tighter, if it's a 1-goal lead or you're even, you're looking at a loss in this game, or overtime at best. And that's not something that's going to sit well with the Golden Knights. Obviously, they're glad they won the game, but they're going to want a better effort 60 minutes all the way around. One
of the things I pick up, and we're both in the locker room, is they don't seem like they're happy. I mean, they're happy that they won the game, but they don't seem like they've really accomplished anything. They're not acting like, yeah, we're only 2 wins from the Stanley Cup. They're acting like, look, we still have a lot of work to do. And I think that's a really good attitude to have. I talked to Lucas Pizza this morning and asked him about, must-win games. And, he said basically there are no must-win games until there is a must-win game. And this team, they still take one game at a time. And, it's still, business as usual. Look, we're not looking ahead 2 games. We're looking ahead to Friday, and that's it. Because when you look ahead too far, you run the risk of falling behind. And, the thing is, they jumped on these guys tonight. They got that early lead. When Scheifele scored, it was kind of a weird goal. It was deflected in, hit his stick, and then off the inside of his knee into the net to tie it up. Vegas responded really quickly with 2 goals, and the play by Eric Haula, I don't even think he saw James Neal or Alex Tuck, who was able to bury it into the net. I mean, it was just a just all-around great play by Haula. Yeah, I mean, it was really, again, it was creating chances off of turnovers, and that was really the story for the Golden Knights. That was their bread and butter in tonight's game, and Winnipeg's going to have to clean that up, and if they do, it's going to be up to Vegas to make an adjustment there, but the forced turnovers are really what set Vegas apart in this game. That's what they've been doing all season. Golden Knights win 4-2 tonight over the Winnipeg Jets. Get an empty net goal from Jonathan Marchessault to kind of slam the door on Winnipeg. We're back Friday, Game 4 here at T-Mobile Arena at 5 p.m., so it's an early start time. 4:30 pregame on Fox Sports Radio, 98.9 FM, 1340 AM. Chris Chapman, Ryan the Hockey Guy Wallace, and we will talk to you then. Have a good night.